WNYathletics.com would like to thank today's sponsors, Howard Hanna Real Estate Services. Ready to sell your home? Visit howardhanna.com today. Howard Hanna, home happens here. Western New York Immediate Care, with 4 convenient locations in the Buffalo area: Amherst, Buffalo, Depew, Lancaster, and Orchard Park. Western New York Immediate Care is now offering telemedicine services to provide you care anytime, anywhere. Visit WNY Immediate Care on-site or virtually at WNYimmediatecare.com. Logistics Plus Buffalo is your go-to resource for all your transportation needs. LP moves freight of all shapes and sizes all across the world. Call LP Buffalo today at 716-877-9653 or email buffalo@logisticsplus.com. AdPro Sports. AdPro is the largest team sports dealers and brand merchandise providers in the nation. For a variety of custom merchandise solutions, from apparel to promotional items, visit adprosports.com. Empire Electric. For all your home, business, or office electrical needs, call Empire Electric at 716-634-0330. Free estimates and financing available for all customers. Empire Electric. Call 716-634-0330.
And a happy Thursday night, high school football fans. Yes, once again, Thursday night football action right here at Frewsburg High School in Frewsburg, New York. The Frewsburg Bears hosting the Portville Panthers. For anybody that doesn't want to watch the Bills game that's coming up in a little bit, tune right here on WNY Athletics. Norm Rodriguez along with my good friend and partner in crime, Tom Prince. Tom, how are you doing as we've hit the evening?
Norm, forget the Bills game. We got more action here till 8:30. No way. We got way more. Western New York, you got to be pumped. Hey, we say we don't come to the South Towns. I'm here right now in Frewsburg is where I am. No doubt about it. We got a big game right here.
Yeah, we do. Both teams are coming off victories. Frewsburg, they shut out Cattaraugus Little Valley 53-0 in a game that got out of hand by halftime. They were up 39-0 at one point in the game. And as a team, they finished with 203 rush yards. Portville's coming off a win as well. And just like Frewsburg, they're known to run. I'm not anticipating many throws in this game.
Yeah, and give Portville big credit, too. They went up to the C division, beat Allegheny Limestone last week with a big win. No doubt, this is a team that's for real. We know it. And guess what? They even got a little chip on their shoulder to say, guess what, Western New York? Take a look. We've got a lot to prove.
Yeah, the final score of that game was 27-6. And that was when they were at home hosting Allegheny Limestone. Again, I'm anticipating one hell of a matchup here tonight.
This is going to be a great one. Remember, everybody, Frewsburg has been playing 8-man the last couple of years. Now they're back up to 11-man. They have a big win. And for those of you who don't realize, I'm going to tell you right now, loud and clear, this Frewsburg program is ready, alive, and well. And we see it out there in the distance. As you see the youth out there practicing, the numbers are big around here. And I'm telling you, there is going to be, the future looks bright still here in Frewsburg.
All usually places that are country areas in Western New York, they're well known for their football teams. Frewsburg is a great example. Cattaraugus, Casadega, Brockton, all of them are well known for their football programs.
So let's start out. I want to talk about our broadcast right here. Folks, you're going to see the gold banner that's wrapped around our broadcast right here. Those of you who realize that's Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month. A lot of you know that in Portville, and that is right now my good friend Colt Matz out there that we talk about, who's actually experienced this, and all of you in Portville are celebrating this right now as we speak, and we want to celebrate it along with Colt. So it looks like we're getting ready. I thought we were going to get ready to start the national anthem
right there.
That's what I
thought, too. That's what I thought, too.
I stopped that real quick. I apologize.
That's why I had that long pause, because it looks like Portville's ready, but it seems like the referees are just having a quick standard conference of no arguing the calls, clean language, and stuff like that.
Everything else that they're going to talk about. But honestly, I've done a lot of different interviews with Colt. I've done a lot of try to do awareness with him. Those of you in Portville, I'm already preaching to the choir right here, right?
Okay.
Listen, everybody knows the Matz family and what they've brought to Portville, and this family is absolutely amazing. They really are. For what they've experienced and what they've been through, got hearts of gold, right? Really, I mean, we're talking about the gold here, but they've got really a heart that is just unbelievable that we talk about within the Southtowns community and within that Portville community. Portville, what you've done for that family has been absolutely amazing. And I, along with everybody in Western New York, just want to again tell Colt how much we're thinking about him. I know Colt's also had a few friends that have experienced some tough times along the way also. And that's what this is all about right now this month, to bring awareness to pediatric cancer, right? Listen, how heartbreaking it is when you hear about a kid out there that, experiences this tough battle that we talk about as cancer. And I'll tell you, to me, and I say this all the time, and I've said this on broadcast before, I said, but Colt right there, that's my hero, man. That's one of my heroes, Norm. I mean, I look up to this kid. What this kid's been through, and he puts on a smile every single day, is unbelievable.
It's got to be hard slapping one on, especially going through something like that, let alone being a kid.
Yeah, that's really what it is. And I cannot wait, Portville, for when that little boy gets a chance to get in that swim pool, because I will be down there in Portville, and we will be broadcasting a swim meet from down there.
Looks like it's going to be the national anthem that's going to be happening right now. So once again, that was the national anthem, and I did get a look at the coin toss. Portville won it, and they elected to receive.
Great job right there, because you want to get off to a fast start, especially out on the road. But listen, we got a matchup right here. For those of you in Western New York, you may not even have heard of Frewsburg the last couple of years. It's because they've been playing 8-man and mainly out in the Rochester area.
Yes.
Right? So they finally getting the chance. They're going to play 11-man again, and this team's ready. They come out with a big win to kick off the season.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm telling you, this team's for real. You're right. We're going to see a lot of running today, which means the clock could move right here, and it could be talking about possessions, and really is when you want to run the ball, Norm, I talk about it all the time.
The trenches.
We're going to look at the trenches, right? Whoever wins that battle of the trenches is going to go out and win a game like this, especially when teams want to run and do that smash mouth football, as my good buddy Dick Gallagher used to talk about. But listen, Norm, I've done now how many games already this season? We kick off. I'm a producer on the first game. We go to OT.
Yep.
I go down with you down to Erie. We go to OT.
Yeah, McDowell and
right?
Bennett. That was a battle of the ages right there.
I go do Lackawanna. It's one of the longest games so far of the season that we went on. Then I go to the night. Another one almost goes to overtime. Hamburg wins 16-15 because of a 2-point conversion.
Wow.
What are we in store for today, folks?
Ground
is really
and pound.
what it is.
Ground and pound. That's what I'm thinking.
But I meant, is it overtime? Is it? I mean, we've seen so much over there, but we've seen nothing but great games.
All right, so Frewsburg about to kick it off. It's going to be Caden and Bush doing total leather, and the 2 deep men for Portville, they are Cole Kiesler and Caden Holcomb. And we're underway here for some Thursday night high school ball. It's a squibber caught at the 30-yard line. It looked like that was by a Ryan Launcher. He takes it to around the 42-yard line. So excellent field position to start it off.
So like I said, let's see what we got right here. Like we said, you talked about it. I mean, when we talked about Portville, they did nothing but rush. Their 4 throws in the entire game last week. 3 by Petruziak, 1 by DeFazio, and then you had 130 yards by Holcomb, 70 yards by Petruziak, and 38 yards by Kime. So you can see they're ready to run the ball.
And the good thing is they got more than one person they can turn to with the ball. And Portville, they're going to be in the pistol formation to start it off. Frewsburg in the 4-3. Petruziak takes a snap, and it'll be a give on a draw. And breaking some tackles, gets to the 45 midfield, and he could go to the house. To the 30, to the 20, and he gets brought down inside the 15. Got brought down by Patrick Spencer, but what a run to start the game by Holcomb.
Where'd he go? Right up the gut, right up that gap, right up that A gap is where he does, takes off, and that is a testament to your offensive line. Hole opens up, running back gets into that hole, big things happen right there to start off the game for Portville.
So that was a 39-yard run there by Portville to start it off, and already they're inside the 20-yard line. This time they're going trips to the left and one to the right, and they're sticking to the pistol. And Petruziak hands it off again to Holcomb, breaks a tackle, he gets to the 5, and he gets in for a touchdown. Taking that to the house, 2 plays into the game, and Portville scores first, 6-0. Running usually is known to use the clock, but just 2 plays was all they needed.
2 right to Holcomb, right? I mean, Holcomb was their main runner, obviously, last game. We talked about it with 130 yards, but he's already got himself, what is it, 65 right there is about what it is?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, a great job here to start things off. They go right to their bread and butter to kick it off, and you got to like that when you are able to do what you want. You ask for the ball, you get it, and you get exactly what you want.
And Randolph, the kicker, on the extra point, and it goes right down the pipe. So 7-0 Portville in just 2 plays, and they'll prepare to kick it off to Frewsburg, and we'll see their first offensive series of the game.
Definitely quick. We didn't expect things to happen that quick.
Oh, no.
But a great start, and it just shows why we know how good of a team Portville is year after year after year, and they're showing that early on. I'm going to tell you, folks, if you don't realize how good this D class is this year, you're crazy, right? I mean, think about this. Portville, CSP, right? We got Franklinville, Ellicottville. You got Randolph in there, right?
Oh.
You got Wilson in there. You got, Frewsburg in there. It is stacked, this division this year. And I'll tell you, there is some big teams that we're going to be talking about in the D division this season.
Oh, and I've already gotten a taste of a few of them. This last Saturday was on call for 2 of those games. CSP was taking off on Wilson. CSP won handily 40-14, and then Randolph gets Salamanca. The Cardinals overcome an early 14-0 deficit. They win 39-20, with the backbone being Xander Hines' 3 touchdowns.
I mean, Xander Hines, already we talked about him last year as a Conley Cup guy, right? Where no doubt he's one of the leaders off the bat this year. And even that CSP Wilson game, take a peek, though, was close till half.
Yes, it
right?
was. And Wilson,
then
they
third
forced
quarter, no points scored either. So
Very
it
true.
went really the fourth quarter is when the breakaway happened by CSP.
And kickoff fielded there by Peyton Dustin. Runs into his own man, and he's going to get stopped right away. The guy to bring him down for Portville was Ben Eisenman. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Frewsburg at around their 32.
So here we go. Same thing, right? We're going to probably see the mirror on the other way. The one thing that Frewsburg doesn't want to do early in this game is you don't need to do anything different. So what?
No.
Portville came down. They scored the first drive. You got to do your game. You want to come down and answer right now is what you want to do.
And if they can put up a 53-0 win to start it off, there's no reason they can't answer.
You know, the one thing Coach was impressed about is they were flawless in everything they did, right? No turnovers, not a lot of penalties, not a lot of mistakes. That's what he was most impressed with in the first week.
So Draven DeJesus is under center for Frewsburg and in the power eye. And here's a snap. It's going to be a handoff right away to Chase Haglund. Haglund only get it to about the 34. Two guys I saw in the tackle were Petrusiak as well as Xander Keim.
Holcomb was in there too. Take a look. I think we're going to be talking a lot about Holcomb today, and from both sides of the ball.
The more the merrier. So it's going to be a 2nd down 10. That was a gain of 2 yards, or make it 3, excuse me. 2nd and 7 at the 35. Portville, like Frewsburg, in the 4-3. It's another give to Haglund. Haglund trying to swing it around to the right, but gets brought down by 2 defenders, Zollinger and Kiesler.
Boy, how about this defense so far from Portville? It's not one guy on the ball, right? We've seen 3-4 attacking the ball. Really early on, very strong defense here by Portville.
So that was only a gain of 2, so it's going to be a 3rd down and 5 for Frewsburg. And they're going to go into a shotgun formation. And 3 wides. One man send motion that is Dustin, and we got a flag. And it's going to be a false start on the Bears. So with the penalty, it'll take them back to their original line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 10. Tom, I remember playing football. Every time that there was a penalty, like a false start or an offsides, it was always push-ups the next practice.
I'm sure they're going to be running and doing push-ups anyway, right?
From what I remember, it was 5 per penalty.
Oof. That must have been some days you were really doing some push-ups some days.
Well, I wasn't one of the ones that was jumping, but it would be other teammates.
Oh, you mean it was just the person who jumped who had to do it?
No,
Wasn't the whole team?
we all had to do it. And there's another one right there, and I did get a view of it. It was Jamison Caldwell who jumped too early.
That's what I'm saying. I thought it would have been team push-ups.
It was.
So I was just saying, that's got to be a lot of push-ups right there.
Well, thankfully, though, the coaches has discipline. There was never more than 2 or 3 a game.
Wow.
So it wasn't terrible.
Then that's pretty impressive if there's only 2 to 3 penalties a game. Because I'll tell you, we've been to some games where we've seen 30, 35, upwards of 40 penalties a game.
Well, I'm only referencing for false starts and those 5-yarders. I know if it was personal fouls, it used to be laps.
Oh, wow.
But this time it's going to be an empty backfield for Frewsburg, and DeJesus again in the shotgun. Sending a man in motion that is Sanfilippo. We got another flag. 3 consecutive false starts on Frewsburg. We might as well get the dump truck and hear the beeping noises because they're going in reverse. And it looks like a timeout's been called, and we'll take a quick break ourselves. Portville ahead 7-0. Stick around for more action right here on WNY Athletics.
Times in your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
You're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
And we got a 3rd down and 15 here for the Frewsburg Bears, and it's been a disaster so far. 3 consecutive false start penalties. Empty backfield again. Again, Sanfilippo's the motion man. And we have another whistle. Not sure what's going on. It's another false start. That's 4 in a row.
I got to be honest with you.
Wow.
I don't know if I've ever seen a game where a team has had 4 false starts to start things off, and
Yeah.
I mean, just bad luck to start this game off. And now what you're doing is, if you don't get a good possession right here with a lot of yards, you're going to give Portville some really good field position and a chance for Portville to really go after that punt right here.
Yeah, they could, because if it's in the end zone, that a team's going to charge. And again, we're not talking about 4 straight like the Bills losing the Super Bowl. We're talking 4 straight false start penalties. Let's just hope it doesn't match to Jesus' number of 5. Empty backfield once again. And I'm wondering if it's just a mix of confusion with the call or if they just can't hear it. And we have another whistle and another flag. This time it's a delay of game. The rail's already falling off before they even complete their first drive. This has to be miscommunications galore right here.
It's just unfortunate. I mean, this is a lot to kick things off, I won't lie.
All I know is this ain't Blitz the League or the XFL or anything like that. This is high school football, and the last couple penalties have been half the distance to the goal. So 3rd down and 30. 3rd down and a few miles here for Frewsburg. And again, they're going empty backfield, 2 wides, and it's going to be Spencer in motion. DeJesus takes a snap, throws a screen. It is complete to Dustin. Gets to the 10 and gets tackled at the 15. Got brought down by Eisenman. So this is going to be a very unconventional 3 and out here for the Frewsburg offense. So special teams units coming out for the punt. And it's going to be Dustin booting the ball for Frewsburg. The deep man back for Portville is going to be Cole Kiesler. Dustin needs to get off a good one. He's also got to keep an eye because Portville, the way they're lined up, I'm anticipating a rush of this punt. He's standing at around the 5.
There's only one back. Everyone else is in the box right now. They're going
for this. Oh, high snap! Going into the end zone, and he will wisely, he's picking it up. He's going to the 5, to the 10, picks up the space to the 20, and he gets knocked out of bounds. Good effort by Dustin, but personally, he could have just picked it up and thrown it out and given up the 2. Better to give up a safety than a touchdown.
But you know what? Give him credit. I mean, he turned something that should have been a complete loss into a positive play right there. I mean, I really give him credit right there because you're trying right now to get off to a start. The last thing he wanted to see was more points up on the board is what he was doing. So what he was doing is at least let our defense come out and try to get a big stop and make something happen.
I did see something similar last week in the CSP game. One went over Hinsdale's head, but he was still able to boot it about 30 yards. The way it was looking, it looked like he was going to try and pull one off, but decided to take off and run. Got to the 25. Still, though, excellent field position for Portville. It's a keeper on the draw, and down at around the 19 is Petruziak.
And that's a dual threat right there. You can see these guys, right? So you think already you've seen Holcomb come out, right, with 2 fantastic runs to start things off and then used as a decoy right there as you think the ball's going to be going to him because you've already seen him run the ball well.
So that was a gain of 4 by Petruziak. It'll be a 2nd down 6. This time he's got 2 backs with him. Along with Holcomb, there's also Xander Kime. Wade's looking, it could be a possible give to Kime. And it's going to be a give to him on a draw. He's at the 10, and he gets down inside it to about the 8-yard line. So call that a goal-to-go situation for the Panthers.
But, Norm, are you watching the holes right now?
Yes, I am. They are blown up huge.
I mean, you can just see right now when you talk about the trenches where I'm going to go to every single game because a team, doesn't matter who you are in Western New York, can win or lose a game in the trenches. And right now, that's where Portville is winning this game, right in those trenches where you see them opening up the holes.
Portville's got trips to the left, one receiver to the right, Holcomb the back, and Petruziak will give it to Holcomb, finds an open gap, and he's in for his 2nd touchdown of the game, virtually going untouched, and just a little more than 4.5 minutes into the quarter, it's already 13-0 in favor of Portville. And again, it was a case of that huge gap and Holcomb finding it on the spot.
Holcomb looking for his Conley Cup nomination this week is what he's looking for, right? Those are 2 big touchdowns right now within the first 5 minutes of the game right here.
Randolph on for the PAT.
Lefty kicker, too.
Yeah, looks like Oberfell's the holder. Snap, put down, kick on the way, and that one is through. So 14-0 in favor of Portville. 7:24 left in the first quarter, and Frewsburg, I'm sure, is aching to have a much better result this offensive series.
No doubt about it. I mean, even just from a standpoint of just being able to move the ball. I mean, obviously they started out. The first 3 plays of the game, right, were positive. It looked like they were going in the right direction, and then it was just the penalties that blew everything up right there.
There were 5 in a row. There were 4 false starts and 1 delay of game.
So now you think about this. If you're coach, right, what I'm doing is right now, hey, okay, start over, right? Start things from the beginning right now. Now we want to just answer the drive. Think about it. If you come down and still put points up on the board and you could put 7, it's a 1-possession game. Yeah. It's a game that you can absolutely think that you're a part of. No big deal right now. Then you got to have your defense come out and make its first stop out there. But start out right now. The offense has got to start out. What you're looking to do now, sustain your first drive. Absolutely make sure that clock right now is on your side because you do not want your defense to come out really quick as it did earlier, right? Make sure that defense gets a rest and see what you can do at least about having a drive that's sustaining right now.
So 2 deep men backers, Spencer and DeJesus, as Randolph will kick it off. Once again, Portville up 14-0 off of the second touchdown of the game so far in this quarter by Caden Holcomb. Here comes the kick, and it's a squibber. Oh, it hits off a lineman, but he's able to recover and fall on it. It hit off the gloves of Caldwell, but give him credit, though. He alertly pounced on the ball.
Actually, it was Shaw, Dayton Shaw, I think, that landed on it, number 77, who went out there. He's the one who landed on it.
So it'll be a first down for Frewsburg, and they've got good field position. They're at their own 40-yard line after that squibber.
Norm, I apologize. You were right on that one. I was looking at Portville's roster. I apologize. You are 100% right. It was
good.
Caldwell at 77. My fault.
So shotgun formation, and it's a snap. It's going to be a give on the draw over to Sanfilippo, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Saw 2 guys there myself. I saw Johnson in on the stop and also Shaw as well.
Now we give Shaw the credit he deserves. Exactly. See, I was foreshadowing is what I was doing there, Norm. So
Tony Romo 2.0.
But, boy, this defense right now from Portville, how about them, right? I mean, you just see it's not one guy on the ball. We've seen when the ball comes out, right, and you see it in someone's hands, there are 2-3 Portville guys that are defensively on that ball.
Shotgun again. Here comes a pass, and it's incomplete. That was intended for Haglund, and very fortunate that a Portville defender wasn't there because tip drill. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 for Portville, and they're in danger of back-to-back 3-and-outs. So Frewsburg back-to-back 3-and-outs they're in danger of. Portville's defense on the verge of forcing them.
What a beautiful night, though, it is out here. I mean, it's
yeah.
about 75 degrees right now. I mean, it's a gorgeous night out here. Great night to be out and watching football.
70 degrees out around 7 at night. Usually sometimes it could get a little on the muggy side. So 3rd down here for Frewsburg. And here's the snap. DeJesus looking to throw. Here comes the rush. Here's a pass. It's caught, but hit right away by Petrusiak. The pass was complete to Patrick Spencer.
It looked like the way he was going back, I thought they were going to set up a screen
That's
right there.
Thought.
That's what I thought they were trying to do, especially with the rush that you saw. So here comes that screen. A great call that I thought would have been, because especially when you have teams that are real aggressive on defense right there, that's a great call. But quarterback does a great job of getting the ball off right there and making that into a positive play.
And they're setting up the punt. And again, the deep man's going to be Kiesler. I'm sure Dustin's hoping for a cleaner snap this time around. The last one was over his head, but got it to the 25-yard line on an attempted run. High snap, but he's able to catch it. Here's the boot, and that punt's a beauty. Going inside the 20, takes a great bounce to the 10, rolling into the 5, And it gets down inside the 2-yard line by DeJesus. Give that man a Ray Guy Award.
And boy, something positive, right? Something for Frewsburg to build on. That's what you're looking for right there. And listen, especially when you're down, when your special teams can come up and make that play for you, that's the big job right there, right? Special teams now done its job. Now you need the defense to step up and follow through.
From what I see, the ball is at around the 1.5-yard line. It went onto the ground at around the 20, and then an excellent Frewsburg couple of bounces. Holcomb and Keimer, the two backs. Petrusiak in the shotgun for Portville, 1st and 10. And it's going to be a give to Holcomb. Breaks couple tackles, gets it to around the 5. So able to give the Panthers a little bit of breathing room. So it'll be 2nd down and 6 at the 5. Second down and 6 at the 5 for Portville. Shotgun again. Here's a snap, and it's going to be a give again to Holcomb on the draw. He finds a gap. He's at the 10 to the 20. Looking to the sideline. Gets knocked out of bounds past the 30-yard line. It was haggling down the stop, but way more than enough for another Panther first down.
I mean, right now, we knew this is exactly what Portville was going to do, right? We talked about it before the game. You only threw the ball 4 times in a win against Allegheny Limestone. I didn't expect we were going to see this air game, right? We expected to see the run, and we're seeing that. And when you know that's an identity of a team, boy, I'm telling you, and you're having trouble stopping it, just shows how good this offensive line really is. We're going to give some love to them in a little bit.
Petrusiak will throw center of the field. It's caught! He's to the 40. He's got 2 men to beat. Gets away from Haglin, cuts it to the center, now back to the left, and brought down at around the 24-yard line. And that's a huge first down there. Petrusiak's first pass attempt of the game, and it's complete to DeFazio. So another big chunk of yardage there in the completion. And Portville, they're looking for 20 in the first quarter.
And you should have known right after we talked about run, it was going to be a pass play, right?
Run
you knew that was coming.
Pass. And I was about to say, Holcomb's has to be close to 100 yards rushing already. So first down and 10 to 25-yard line for Portville. A little more than 4 minutes left in the first. Motion man, it'll be a give to him on a jet sweep. That is Kiesler, but he's going to get it to around the 21-yard line.
Norm, let's give some love to this Portville line, right? Right now what they're doing. Number 55, Hayden Emily. Number 55, Lucius Young. Number 61, Kyron Johnson. Number 68, Nick Manrow. And number 77, Dayton Shaw. Those are your offensive line guys that are right now creating the holes that we're seeing out there. Give them credit because they're not the ones that normally get a lot of credit in these games. Don't. And these guys deserve it early in this one.
Petrusiak takes a snap, and he's going to keep it. Quarterback sweep. He's at the 15. Jukes out a guy inside the 10, and he's going to get brought down at around the 6-yard line. One of the guys in on the tackle for Frewsburg, from what I saw, was Mason Ekman, number 10.
We talked earlier, Portville. You know we did a whole thing earlier in this game. We talked about Colt Matz right out there. Dad is the head baseball coach down in Portville. That young man that you see at quarterback is probably better known as even a baseball player in the world down here in Portville. And coach is saying, man, just don't hurt one of my pitchers, one of my big players out there, because he is somebody you can see absolutely doing his thing on a baseball field.
Yeah, I remember you were telling me about that before the start of the game as well. First down and 10, I formation, give to Holcomb, pounds through the rock, and he gets in for a hat trick. Third touchdown of the quarter for number 36, Caden Holcomb. 20-0, 2:45 left in the first.
What more do you say than wow, right? Wow. I mean, 3 touchdowns. We still have 2:43 left inside the first quarter right here. Wow, what is he going to go for today? We could be talking about some major numbers right now.
Maybe 5, 6, 7?
I mean, really, you've seen. The only thing I think you're going to see is a difference here is, do you just give the ball when you...
Oh, it's a fake. Oberfeld's going to throw one, and it's caught. The 2-point conversion's good. It was complete to Bryce Finley. It didn't look like a bad snap, so I believe Portville was trying to go for the fake. They converted, and now it's 22-0.
So as I was saying right there is really, what are you going to probably see? I think the only difference in the game, right, is that you're going to see Petruziak keep the ball a little bit then, right, and we're going to see Keim right there running for some, that you're just going to try to spread the wealth a little bit if you're coach.
So Frewsburg already behind 22-0, and we're just a little more than 9 minutes into the first quarter, and even though it's still only the first, Portville, they're turning this thing into a rout already.
I mean, you just see it too, the runs, they're just right up the middle, like right through their offensive linemen. It just shows, I mean, Holcomb's seeing these holes real well. You can really see. He is really just going right into the hole, seeing it real well, and then attacking. And just going to try to find some open space wherever it may be to get as many yards as he can to add on to the runs.
So the receiving team out there once again for Frewsburg. Again to Jesus and Spencer. They're standing at around inside the 10-yard line. Brian Randolph about to kick it off once again for Portville. And here comes the boot. And this is a deep one, and it's a nice kick. And to Jesus says, oh, he bobbled it. It's inside the 5. He picks it up. He's going to look for some space. He gets to the 10. Reverses to the center of the field. Gets away from one man, but he won't get away from another one. He'll be tackled inside the 10-yard line. So Parker Dornan, the main guy in the stop, but also Oberfell was there to slow down to Jesus as well.
And again, what has Portville done? A great job special teams-wise, right? Here's the answer. Frewsburg does their job special teams, pinned them down, right? They go 98.5 yards, whatever
Roughly.
you want to call it, right, for the touchdown. And now come up special teams the other way and really is putting Frewsburg in a bad spot to try to come up with another big play to start things off or to kick off for them.
Okay, so there's going to be a change in quarterback. Chase Haglund in the shotgun. DeJesus is out as one of the receivers. They do have 3 different quarterbacks on their roster. And looks like there weren't enough men on the offensive side for Frewsburg, so they're going to call a timeout. We'll take another one ourselves. 22-0 in favor of Portville. 2.5 left in the first. Stick around for more action right here on WNY Athletics.
With exclusive buyer insights and our 100% money-back guarantee, we're confident we'll find buyers for your home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in irrigations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective pediatric care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
And Frewsburg about to start their next offensive series, and already that's a second timeout they've burnt in this quarter alone. And we've got another whistle. I believe somebody jumped early, and it's going to be the case. It's going to be another penalty on Frewsburg. Or no, I beg your pardon. Oh, it looked like somebody jumped early on the Frewsburg side, but it's against Portville. So it's going to be offsides, move the ball 5 yards. So this will be a 1st down and 5 for Frewsburg. So there was an offsides on Portville, so their first penalty of the game. And again, going with 2 wides. Hagelin taking a shotgun snap, and we've got another flag. And this time it's a false start. That's the 5th one in this quarter alone, and the 6th penalty for Frewsburg. Looks like the axle on this train's breaking. So it goes from a 1st and 5 back to a 1st and 10.
If I'm correct, Portville hasn't even had a penalty thrown against them.
They had one.
They had one? Okay.
Yeah, they had one before the false start. There was an offsides. And the referees, they've been playing Tetris with the football in the first quarter. I think the main goal right now for Frewsburg, at least get 1 first down on this drive. They'll break the huddle again. Sanfilippo with a single back, and there's 2 wideouts on the right. Hagelin takes a snap. He'll stay in the pocket, looking to throw. Throwing to the right side of the field, and that's going to be incomplete. And there's going to be a flag on the play. There was contact between DeJesus and also for Portville, Cole Kiesler.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a passing interference call right there.
Oh, it's going to be illegal contact. From my view, it didn't look like a catchable ball, so the referees say illegal contact in lieu of pass interference. Even so, it goes in the favor of Frewsburg. And with that penalty, it's going to result in an automatic first for Frewsburg. From what I saw in the referee's indication. Hagelin in the shotgun again. It's a give to Sanfilippo on the draw. And he'll get it to about the 29-yard line. It almost looked like he jumped off early.
So something we do learn from that play right there. That's one of the runs that we've seen go positive here for Frewsburg. And again, when you've seen how aggressive a team is defensively, you got to get outside those lines then, right? And I like they're trying to get out to the outside as quick as they can to try to turn into something positive. So I like the play call right there to try to get a positive run for their team and something to get started here.
Here's a snap. It's a fake on the sweep. Picked off! That's intercepted there by Keim. Keim's going to take this to the house. He's gone. Good day to you, sir. The ball came out, but he broke the plane already. That's going to be a touchdown. That's another house call right there. And that is number 17, Xander Keim with the pick 6. Again, good day to you, sir. 28 points in the first quarter for Portville, and they're meaning business right here in Frewsburg. Got to give Keim credit, though. He read that pass like an open book, and he had the coverage perfect, and it went right into his hands. So first score of the game, that's not by Holcomb. Portville, they converted a 2-point conversion on a fake the last time. Let's see if Randolph will kick this one. Snap, it's high, put down. Laces were in, but the kick is able to squeeze through. So 29-0, a little more than 90 seconds left in the first. And we're going to take a quick commercial break, but stick around for more action right here on WNY Athletics.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put...
And Frewsburg about the ball back here and looking to get something going offensively. They're behind 29-0 with a little more than 90 seconds left in the first quarter. And Randolph going to go toe to leather once again. And this is another nice kickoff. DeJesus is right to him. And he's going to find some space, gets to the 25, gets to the middle of the field, and gets to the 35. Nice return there by DeJesus. That was a good 25 yards.
Yeah, nice run. Probably the one positive we're really talking about for
Very
Frewsburg
true.
today has been the special teams out there. So for those of you who want to know where we are next Thursday for our big Thursday night games, we're going to see Will South at Amherst, and then we're going to see Ken East at South Park. So 2 big games. Tune in next Thursday night for those games, as they will be both broadcasted on the WNY Athletics platforms.
So Frewsburg looking to get something going offensively. They've got decent field position. They're at their own 35, 1st and 10. And they're back in the power eye once again. DeJesus will pitch it over to Haglund. Haglund gets away from one defender, but the gang tackling once again is successful for Portville. Petruziak was one of the guys on the defensive side, as well as the pick 6 man, Xander Kime.
I got to tell you, what I've been most impressed with is just the tackling of Portville. It really is. Every time we look up, we're not announcing one guy making a tackle.
Right.
We're announcing 3-4 guys making a tackle every single time. It is true team tackling, and they are just going right after the ball. And I got to tell you, that interception by Kime, he went up in the air and took that one down. I mean, that was
nice.
That was not an easy interception that he made out there at the same time.
It's going to be another give to Haglund. He looked like he was going to get away from Kime for a moment, but he's going to get tackled for a good-sized loss of yardage, a loss of about 4 or 5 yards. We've got about 30 seconds left in the first quarter. So it'll be 3rd down and 15 for Frewsburg. So DeJesus calling the play in the huddle for the Bears. Clock now at 12. Let's see if they run the play or just let the quarter run out. Yeah, trips to the left, one receiver to the right. DeJesus in the shotgun, but it looks like they're just going to let the clock run out, and that's what they're going to do. And Portville firing on all cylinders here in quarter number 1. 29-0, they are ahead, but we'll be right back for
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
And we're about to start the second quarter here between the Frewsburg Bears and the Portville Panthers right here on WNY Athletics. And 3 touchdowns by Holcomb in the first and a pick 6 by Xander Kime is what makes the score 29-0 as we begin the second quarter.
Hey, Norm, I want to bring attention again to our screen. Everybody should be able to see a gold banner right around our screen. That is for Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month, and we really want to bring attention to that. It affects everyone that's out here. We all know of somebody young that has been affected by this, and we really want to help bring the awareness to pediatric cancer and, again, help them fight for a cure.
3rd down and 15, and here comes a pass. It's complete. It's a backwards one, though. DeJesus is going to throw, cocking it downfield, and it is deflected, incomplete. It was intended for Patrick Spencer. It was a backward pass from Haglund to DeJesus, and it was a decent throw, but it was a little bit out of the range of Spencer, and it looks like he's the one that's down.
Yeah, it looked like just a little bit underthrown. But I listen, I like the call. I like the idea. And guess what? When you got guys that are 3 guys that are listed at quarterback, you can do stuff like this. Because obviously there are multiple guys that you believe in or that you trust to be able to throw the ball.
Wait, the way he's laying it, maybe a case of the cramps. It is in the 70s here on a Thursday evening, and it does tend to get a little sticky, a little muggy with the heat.
And it's been the theme of, I would say, the first week. I mean,
yeah.
When we were down in Erie last week, that was kind of every single injury that we saw was related to some sort of heat exhaustion or some sort of cramping issue that's out there. Let's hope that's exactly what this is. But while he's down, Norm, why don't you throw this to a break?
That's what I was about to do myself. We'll be right back for more action right here on WNY Athletics.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
When you're ready to buy a home, start your search at howardhanna.com. You'll be the first to see new listings, find similar properties, and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
And it's going to be 4th down here for Frewsburg, and they're going to punt it away. And Spencer was able to get off the field, which is always a good sign, but he needed a little bit of assistance. And he was hopping on 1 foot, so that could possibly be sprained ankle, sprained knee, maybe something with his foot. Oh, it's another high snap, and it's going inside the 10. It gets picked up by Dustin. He's going to center himself to the left side of the field, and he'll break a couple tackles. We'll get to only the 15-yard line. That time, I felt he had a lot more of an opportunity to try and boot some sort of a punt away.
Actually, I thought he was going to. I agree with you on that one. Big tackle there by Nick Monroe. Because think about that, if he doesn't make that tackle, he does have an opportunity to run for a first down.
True.
Right? He can take that and try to run for one.
Right, don't get me wrong. I respect that Dustin's trying to make something happen, but if you're back into a bit of a corner, even if it's just a 25, 30-yarder, just try to boot the sucker.
Yeah, no, I especially when you're trying to keep this game in a manageable spot so that you could try to come back in this game. And now you're giving Portville another short field with, 15 yards for another touchdown.
Yeah, and I'm sure Holcomb's hungry for touchdown number 4.
Or Keim, too, because Keim's got one where he did it on his own defensively.
Yeah, and he's right beside Petruziak on the left side as part of the 2 backs. And Petruziak will throw. Here comes the rush. Gets away from one defender, and he'll just throw it away.
Now, this is going to be interesting. Let's see what they're looking. They're looking for a...
There was no receiver in the area.
Right. So, but he got outside the tackle. This is a new rule this year, okay?
Yes, he did.
So this rule has changed. In the past, that would have been intentional grounding. The rule changed this year, and if they get outside the tackle box, they can throw it away like that. So that's the reason why no flag was thrown. It was a rule change that happened this year.
And I like that. It's always, for most football, it's been if it's inside the tackle box, you throw it away, then the flag's thrown. But if you're outside of it, you can throw it wherever you want.
You could, in the past years, you could be anywhere on the field, and if you threw it where there was no receiver, it was intentional grounding.
And Petruziak, it looked like a busted play, and he's going to get brought down for possible loss of yardage. That was Caleb Stallman on the tackle.
This is probably the best defensive stance so far that we've seen from Frewsburg. a great job. As you can see them really getting penetration. It's the first time we've really seen those defensive tackles get penetration into the backfield. This could be a great first stop right then to build momentum off.
It's going to be 3rd down and 10, so it was no gain by Petrusiak and also no sack either. And I think that's going to be offsides. I didn't see a lineman jump on Portville, and that's going to be the 7th penalty of the half on Frewsburg. But this is the first one defensively. So that's going to shorten it down to a 3rd down and 5. And with that, they can possibly give it to Holcomb again or Keim. And they're going to be in the I formation. Under 11 minutes left in the half, and it's going to be a give to Holcomb. Breaks a couple tackles, gets it into around the 5-yard line, and a little extracurricular activity going on, but thankfully it was able to be stopped before it got worse and flags are thrown.
You know, we've talked a lot about how the offensive line has done a fabulous job of opening up holes. There wasn't much of a hole on that one. As you saw Holcomb jump actually into that hole and really kind of made something happen right there himself. He really found something and did a great job of running the ball to be able to get that first down for Portville.
So it'll be 1st and goal at the 4. A little more than 10 minutes left in the second. And it's going to be pistol formation again for the Panthers. And we got a flag. It's going to be delay a game on Portville.
The refs pointed both ways on that one, but it's supposed to be Portville. The delay a game obviously wasn't going to get called against Frewsburg on that one.
So it goes to the 9-yard line for 1st and goal. So Petrusiak does get the call. Again, he'll be under center in the I. And it's going to be a give again to Holcomb. Breaks a couple tackles, and he will walk into the end zone for his 4th touchdown of the game, making it 35-0 in favor of Portville. So 4 touchdowns already in a quarter and change for him.
Conley Cup Committee, I hope you're watching this because
yeah,
here's a nomination right here that we're going to be talking about. 4 touchdowns, and we still have 9:46 left in the half. Boy, this kid's having a day right now.
Randolph on for the PAT. And Oberfell is the holder. Snap put down, kicks on the way, and that's right down Broadway. Kick is good. So they do extend their lead to 36-0 with 9:46 left in the half. And I have to say this, even though it's only the second quarter, Frewsburg's main goal, I would say right now, at least just get one on the board before halftime. You don't want to walk out with 0 points.
Yeah, I totally agree. Let's talk about, we've been alluding to the Conley Cup. Let's talk about the Conley Cup people that were nominated this past week. So for week 1, Dion Anderson of St. Joe's, Trevor Berry of Iroquois, Antonio Davis III of Bennett, Dorian Faison Jr. of Williamsville East, Xander Fletcher, the quarterback at Niagara Wheatfield, Bill Geschel, the quarterback at Lackawanna, Alex Gullo of Tonawanda, Xander Hind, who we talked about at Randolph, Justice Hill at Maryville, Rob Kibler of Frontier, Brandon Liggins of McKinley, Caleb Nicholas of Amherst, Brody Stevens, the defensive man at Orchard Park, Jordan Theodore of Sweet Home, and Noah Willoughby, the quarterback of South Park, were your Conley Cup nominees this past week. And as we've been talking about right now, you can see we've got a man right here that's trying to make his claim, as Caden Holcomb right now has 4 touchdowns, not even outside the first half.
Here's another kick by Randolph, and it's a knuckler rolling inside the 10 to the 5, and there's going to be a flag, and I believe the Jesus knew the rule because if you step out of bounds and you touch the ball on the field in the kickoff, the ball's out of bounds as well. Because I did see a ref throw a flag on that for a kick violation.
So we also have a second award that gets awarded each week too, right? So we do not only do we do the Conley Cup Award, but we've been talking so much about the Trench Trophy, right? That's another award that we've been talking about because we talk about the trenches so much, right? We've been going through, and we've got guys obviously in this one that could be up for it. But our Trench Trophy nominees this past week, there were 5 of them. We had Jaden Blajewski of Olean, Xavier Barrero of Western New York Maritime, Sunday Ikunawu of Lackawanna, Luke Prince of Orchard Park, and Shane Ranero of West Seneca West were your winners of the Trench Trophy this week.
So with that kick violation, the ball be put at the 35-yard line, and it's going to be first down and empty backfield here for Frewsburg, and DeJesus in the shotgun. Blitz is being shown by Portville, and we've got another flag. We're seeing a lot of laundry here in the first half. It's going to be a false start on the Bears.
There's a second flag here.
I wonder what that's all about, and
I wonder if that's a sideline warning type flag.
that's what I'm thinking. I did hear about that for the first time in the CSP game. That game, CSP got a sideline warning, but no harm, no foul. They got a win, and there's a timeout called, and I believe it was by Portville from what I heard. So again, it'll be 1st and 15 at the 30 after the delay of game penalty. And the referee's having a conference. It looked like he was talking to one of the coaches.
And I think coaches right now are asking questions. I mean, you know, there's been a lot of false start penalties right here. And listen, coaches are going to get upset. And I think that's a little bit about what you're seeing right now is that you've got, you know, coaches asking what's going on at this point.
So both teams getting back out on the field. So after the delayed game penalty, it'll be 1st and 15 at their own 30. Bears break the huddle. Portville already prepared defensively. And they're going to go with the same formation as last time before it was called. It's going to be a trips to the left, one receiver right. Single back. DeJesus takes a snap. He'll roll out to the right. He's going to shoot a high pop fly. Looking for Spencer, and it's broken up by Petrusiak. Man, DeJesus' 2 passes. He's got a cannon.
It's good to see he's back, too.
Oh, very true.
You know what I mean? As we see him running back right now. So that's, first of all, a positive that we want to recognize because we were a little worried about Spencer, but it's great to see him back out in the field and look great as he took off on that one, showing the speed.
I've already said, but I'll say it again, DeJesus, he's got a pretty good arm. That was roughly a 30, 35-yard toss. So 2nd down and 15 for Frewsburg. DeJesus in the shotgun again. Takes a snap. He'll stay in the pocket. Shoots another deep one down the field and overthrown. That one was intended for Peyton Dustin.
But you can see Frewsburg trying to, open things up, trying to find something that they could take advantage of here, like the calls. They've had 2 shots, right, that weren't, that were close. It wasn't like these were,
right,
out of, crazy or out of left field. These were great shots that they did and almost came up with 2 big plays right here.
Yeah, they're sticking in the shotgun again. Trips to the left. DeJesus taking the snap. Here comes the rush by Portville. Staying in the pocket and running out of it. Pointing, looking for a receiver. He's running backwards. DeJesus trying to operate from traffic. He's just going to throw a flutter duck, and it's almost intercepted. Two defenders were there for the ball but couldn't get it. It was Zollinger and also Kiesler. Good effort by DeJesus to try and make something out of it, but he took a very big risk running about 30 yards backwards.
And he's just, obviously at this point really just trying to make something happen is what he's trying to do right here.
Yeah, the way he was extending that almost reminded me a little bit of Aiden Kennedy in his years as a Southwestern quarterback. Extending the play, trying to avoid the sack, but it's going to be a 4th down and 15 at their own 30. And punt team back out again. Dustin going to boot it.
Aiden down at Pace right now. Pace University is where he's at.
And the deep man for Portville is Kiesler. And another high snap, but able to catch it. And this punt's another decent one. And it's going to take a good bounce inside the 40. Kiesler will catch it out the bounce, and he'll take it to the 45. Defender holding on to him for dear life, and it was DeJesus.
Great job of coming up and getting the ball, right? Really got that in stride to be able to get that punt. But I'll tell you, he's got a boot on him, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah, we've seen him really with a couple good ones today. Definitely has a leg and has been proving it as one of the positive, especially in the special teams front for Frewsburg.
Yeah, his other punt, he pinned Portville at their 2-yard line. So it's going to be a 1st down and 10 for Portville. It'll be at their 45-yard line. A little more than 9 minutes left in the first. So shotgun formation in the pistol. 2 wide stack on both sides. And Petruziak's going to throw a screen. It is caught. Complete by to DeFazio. His second catch. Crosses midfield. Bubble the football. And it's going forward. And Portville's going to fall on it. And that yardage will be given on the fumble as well. A good job there by Dayton Shaw to go down with the football. And it took a very friendly bounce.
That's when you know things are going your way, right? It really is, or in the opposite, not going your way. When you finally get that fumble and Frewsburg trying to make something happen, and really it turns into a 1st down for you, right?
Yeah.
That's when you know things are going your way.
And I'm sure DeFazio's taking a big sigh of relief. Both completions by Petruziak have gone to him. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line for the Panthers. Frewsburg, they got 2 edge rushers out there. Looks like they're going to show a possible blitz. It's going to be a quarterback keep. Breaking a couple tackles, gets to the 30. Spinning around the defender inside the 25, continuing to take the ball and gets it inside the 20. And there's also a late flag. I wonder if the penalty was on the tackle. And it is going to be a face mask against Frewsburg. So add those yards after the run. .853 left in the half, and Portville, they're threatening to score again.
Could we be talking about number 5?
I think so.
Well, actually, he's not in, is he?
Oh, no, I see Zollinger and also a Kime. So a deserved breather, though, for Holcomb, too. I formation for Portville. Petruziak will be under center. And it's going to be a give to Kime. Breaking a couple tackles. He gets it inside the 10 and brought down at around the 7-yard line. One of the Frewsburg defenders on the stop was Grayson Lewis. So that was an 8-yard run by Kime, making it 2nd down and 2. Portville knocking on the door for another touchdown. Portville does break the huddle, and Petruziak's going to be in the shotgun with Kime as the back. And he's got a trips to the right and one receiver to the left. Ball at the 8-yard line. It's going to be a fake handoff. Throw to the end zone. Incomplete. That was intended for Bryce Findley, so that's going to make it a 3rd down. In my honest opinion, though, Tom, even a 3rd down stop by Frewsburg would be something positive.
The only problem with it is they're easily in 4th down territory.
Very true.
Right?
Very true.
But at the same time, Portville does have a kicker could come in. We've seen him already booting the ball too.
Yeah, he can kick it pretty far.
So they're not afraid to actually go for the field goal here. But I agree with you. You're just trying to do anything you can, though, from a Frewsburg standpoint, to get something positive to build off on for your team.
Petruziak under center, and it's going to be a give on the – or no, it was a fullback dive. It was over to Kime. So it was a fake counter to Holcomb on the misdirection. Got 3, which is more than enough for the 1st down.
And my guess is they're going to keep going to Kime right here. Yeah, take a look. See how Kime is now the back.
Yep, they got him in as a tailback.
Yeah, they got him in the eye right now. Holcomb in front. I think they're going to go to Kime right here, try to go right up that A gap.
And Holcomb probably will throw a block to trail him in for a possible touchdown. It's going to be a give to Kime. Pounding the rock. It looked like he got in from my view. We'll have to wait and see. And yes, it is. It's a touchdown for Portville. So 42-0 now the score. And Kime's 2nd touchdown of the game, his first one on the offensive side.
Think about that, though. I mean, 4 touchdowns for one running back, 1 for another, and then he said, you know what, I need to be in the mix and gets one defensively. So technically 6 touchdowns from somebody who plays running back.
And here comes, right. Extra point, though, on the way for Randolph. Snap to put down. Another good kick. From my view, it looked like it was wide to the left, and it was. Kick's no good. However, it's still 42-0 in favor of Portville with a little less than 6.5 left in the half.
Boy, I'll tell you, Portville really wanted to come out and have a big game today, and I don't think any coach could have scripted it any better than this right here. I mean, think about that. Walk in 42-0, and there's still 6 minutes left inside the half.
Yeah, Portville has been very prepared.
I mean, right now, they've just won every aspect of the game right here. So, listen, you know what coach is going to try to do. Obviously, there's no 42-point play out there. I get it.
Right.
One building block at a time.
One play at a time.
One play at a time, 1 first down at a time, 1 positive play at a time. That's how coaches got to be thinking right now and get his team to think and how to move forward positively, but you've got to build on it from play to play to play.
So Randolph preparing to kick it off once again. 6:23 left in the half, and it's been all Portville. They're ahead 42-0. Randolph getting set to kick it off again. And Frewsburg about to get the ball back. And for anyone that's had any confusion, I've repeated this already. I'll say it again. Randolph is the kicker for Portville. Number 11, Brian Randolph. No, I am not referencing the Cardinals. I'm referencing Portville's kicker, Brian Randolph.
Listen to the producers.
So 1st down and 10 for Frewsburg. They're at their own 20-yard line. So kickoff went out of the end zone for a touchback. This time it's Haglund in the shotgun formation to Jesus on the far left. Here's a snap, and it's going to be a quarterback keep. But he's not going to get nothing, and it looks like he may lose a yard or two. There again, Portville, though, with the gang tackling, and so far, when they've done it, pretty much every time it's worked. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 12. So the play was ruled a 2-yard loss.
So, Norm, for those people who haven't had a chance to see, we actually have put out the WNY Athletics football magazine.
Yes, yes.
So let's talk a little bit about that and bring some light to that for everybody after this play.
And here comes a pass, and that one, that was dangerously close to being a backward throw, but it was intended for Patrick Spencer.
So Western New York, we've started to pick up the Western New York Athletics magazine, where we get a chance to really highlight some great articles, highlight some stats, highlight each games of the week. There's a lot of positive going on in this magazine, and I want to highlight two of the coaches that got talked about in the magazine. First of all was Sweet Home head coach Jerry Simmer, returned to the sidelines after recovering from 2 strokes over the offseason. 2 different strokes. And then the other one was Tonawanda coach Henry Fumarelli returned to the sideline as a head coach after a bad car accident in 2016 that left him with a broken tibia and fibula, among other injuries that contributed to a blood clot.
Wow. Well, this pass is complete to Jesus. He was able to break a few tackles, got it to about the 27, 28-yard line. So that was a gain of roughly 9-10 yards. It'll still be 4th down for Frewsburg. And I got to say this, though, hats off to Portville's defense. They pretty much have held Frewsburg without a first down.
And it was great to hear the crowd. The crowd's dying to get into this game. They really are here at Frewsburg. And this was an opportunity for them to really cheer and start getting into it. Something, like we said, something positive to build off of here for Frewsburg.
And it looks like they're going to go for it here because their punter is split to the right. I like this decision. You're down 42. You need something going. Jesus keeping it. He's going to the left, and he's not going to get it. He got stopped way behind the line of scrimmage. Again, I like their choice to go for it. You're down 42 points. You got to get something going offensively. And like you said, 1 building block.
And we're going to get a personal foul penalty called right here. There was extracurricular activity after the play that went off the sideline, and you're going to see this. Either it's going to be offsetting or it's going to go one way, but it was called, as we saw on the sidelines.
Looks like we're going to see right now. Unsportsmanlike conduct, it's going to be on Frewsburg. Frustration's boiling over. Defensively, though, for Portville, this would definitely be 4-down territory, so 4 straight stops, get the ball back, turnover on downs. That should be the defensive goal for Frewsburg. .449 left in the half, and the score's still 42-0 in favor of Portville, and they got the ball back after an unsuccessful 4th down attempt by Frewsburg. And there was also an unsportsmanlike conduct called on Frewsburg as well, so the yardage will be tacked on from the spot of where the ball was after the 4th down. So they're going to be inside the 15. Looks like they'll be around the 12, 13-yard line. So already in the red zone once again are the Panthers, and look who's back out there at running back. It is Holcomb. Petruziak. Oh, they almost got it, but Lissandro's going to walk in for a touchdown. It was an open gap, and the Frewsburg defense, they were so close to stopping Petruziak before he even handed the ball off. But again, it was a case of just good luck for Portville.
And number 5 for Holcomb.
Yes, it was.
Right.
5th touchdown of the game for him.
I mean, he has just been unbelievable, and really has been. I love the moves that he makes, really, with his feet. You really see him shift and do some great jobs with his feet to really miss tackles, even with that one right there, right?
Yeah.
Just a nice shift the way he moves, a nice shifting running back. Really is tough to tackle.
So Randolph in on the extra point for Portville. Last one hooked to the left. Here comes this one. And right down the pipe, this one's good. Oh, no, I beg your pardon. It was no good. From my view, it looked like it went right down the middle. So I stand corrected. Scores 48-0. 4:40 left in the half.
So in another feature that we've been talking about since we talked about coaching type injuries there, check out also as Springville junior lineman Tegan Nolan returned to playing football after taking off 2 years due to concussions. So check out that Western New York Athletics magazine. You can go, and they're all over the place. You can go to our Facebook page. You could go to our website. You could go to our Twitter pages. You'll be able to find that anywhere on our social media pages. But absolutely go check out that Western New York Athletics magazine.
So Frewsburg about to get the ball back once again. 4:40 left in the half, score 48-0 in favor of Portville as Brian Randolph set to go toe-to leather once again. And this is another nice kickoff right down the center of the field to Jesus will catch it at around the 10. Looking for some blockers. He gets to the 20, runs into his own man. Now he reverses to the right side. He's got a little bit of real estate. Now he's going backwards, looking for some space, but going from behind came back to haunt him a little bit, I think. He got tackled at around the 12-yard line, and again, got to give him credit for trying to make something happen, but he sacrificed roughly 10 to 12 yards going backwards. It will be first down for the Bears. So Frewsburg looking to get something going offensively. A touchdown before halftime, I think, would be very, very beneficial.
Hey, listen, there's a student section. I love it out here. Trying to get their team going, say they're behind their team. I love that. I really do. You know, something positive. Remember, we're all here as student athletes is what they're here, and to hear the students still get at it and let their team know they're behind them, that's what it's all about right there.
And here comes the handoff to Haglund. Haglund, he's going to get hit right away. And again, it's a gang tackling. The two guys were Ziegler and Zollinger on the stop.
So you saw on the shots here earlier, I don't know if you saw, our cameraman got a great shot of the moon out here tonight. Clear as day is what you saw.
Yeah, and the sky's a perfect midnight blue.
Frewsburg even brought their mascot. Portville brought their mascot out here today. They even got their mascot. It's in the middle of the cheerleaders over there.
And their bleachers are pretty packed.
Absolutely.
And here's a snap. Ball may have been loose on the play on the exchange. And it's going to be third down. Frewsburg was able to recover. So it's going to be... It was a loss of a few yards on it. It's going to be third down and 15. So Frewsburg looking to get something going offensively. And it was Peyton Dustin that's under center, and this time again behind the line of scrimmage. And it was Max DeYo on the tackle. So it's going to be fourth down for Frewsburg. Under 3 minutes left in the half. And it looks like both teams are setting up the return specialists. So that was a 2-yard loss. It was a 3rd and 12. Now it's 4th and 14. When Dustin has gotten a clean snap, he's booted the ball pretty well. One of his punts inside the 5. It's another high snap, but he's able to get it. And here comes another nice punt. It'll take a good bounce at midfield to the 45, rolling to the 40, and it's going to be down at the 33.5-yard line by Patrick Spencer. Seriously, give this guy a Ray Guy Award. He's going to have some college letters for his punting, but we got a flag. I know you've already mentioned it, though, but Peyton Dustin's punting, that's been one of the bright spots for Frewsburg in spite of how this game has gone. So it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct, and this one's going to be against Portville. Even in the big deficit, though, it's always encouraging to hear the fans cheer on, even if it's just for a penalty going their way or a decent run. So with that penalty, it's going to put the ball at around the 19-yard line. And we got a timeout called by Portville. And again, Portville up 48-0. We'll be right back for more action right here on WNY Athletics.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Little more than 2 minutes left in the half, and Portville, they've got the ball back. They're at their own 19-yard line. There was another nice punt by Peyton Dustin. It got down at around the 33, 34-yard line, but then there was an extracurricular penalty against Portville after that, and that put the ball back 15 yards. Even so, it will remain their ball. It will be first down and 10 at their 19.
We got a girls soccer update coming from Portville as the Portville girls have defeated Ellicottville tonight 3-2. 8th grader Grace Garepi had 2 goals and assisted Megan Lyle's marker. Mackenzie Harmon and Tegan Kaczynski combined for 8 saves for Portville. Congratulations to the Portville girls soccer team.
And they may get a double bonus with this game here for their football team as they're in the I formation. It's going to be a handoff, and for the first time in this game, they tackle Holcomb behind the line. And there were 3 different defenders there on the stop of Frewsburg. There was Ethan Vinipol as well as San Filippo, and I didn't quite catch who the third guy was. But the fans got a little, were cheering on about it. It was a loss of yardage, and it was a loss of 2. So second down and 12 at their, roughly their 20, or at the 20. Or excuse me, at the 15. Petruziak looking to throw. It's going to be a high screen. It's caught by Holcomb. He's got a convoy of blockers. He's the 40. He's past midfield. He's got the turbo on. He could be going to the house unless he can get caught, and he won't. How about touchdown number 6? But there is a flag on the play. This may be in the vicinity of an illegal block in the back or an eligible man downfield.
To me, it's probably a block in the back. This far deep. You see how deep they are. Remember, the catch was down about the 20, 22-yard line down there. So to have somebody this far ahead would be tough.
It's a block in the back. Even so, though, what an effort by Holcomb. That would have been about an 81-yard touchdown catch.
You can see
they
actually have the dump truck sound effect going on right now.
I mentioned that earlier.
So you can hear it. But listen, I'm glad to just hear the Frewsburg sidelines. I love hearing the crowd get into it, right? They're doing everything they can just to show their team that they're behind their team and they're still in this game.
Even with the penalty, this should still be at least an okay amount of yardage.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's still going to be a first down.
Let's see where the ball's going to be spotted. It looks like it's going to be past midfield. This will be at Frewsburg's 49-yard line, so even in spite of the penalty, that's still a good chunk of change.
Was there a second penalty?
I didn't see a second flag. 1 minute, 18 seconds left in the half, and the referee saying run the clock. Petruziak again in the shotgun. 2 wide stack on the right side. Solo on the left is Findley. And Petruziak's going to fake and keep it himself. And he's got a big gap. He's the 40. And to the 30, can he get away from Dustin? He's got one man to beat. He'll be tackled inside the 5. So Dustin with another huge run. This will be first down and goal. But good job by Dustin to get that touchdown-saving tackle.
It just shows that right now that Portville just can't do any wrong. And it doesn't matter whether it's Petruziak running the ball, Holcomb running the ball, Keim running the ball, right? It just is they really can do what they want running the ball. And again, it's behind a very strong offensive line.
Yeah, and you hit the nail on the head with it earlier. A lot of offensive and defensive linemen, they don't always get the recognition they deserve. It's going to be a give again to Holcomb, and he gets it to inside the 2. The clock's still running, though. We got 20 seconds left in the half. And Petruziak's going to be under center. If they want to get another touchdown before halftime, they're going to need to run this play now. It's a give to Holcomb again, and from my view, it looked like he got in, and he did. That's going to be another touchdown for Holcomb. That's going to be number 6. 6th touchdown of the game, and it's not even halftime. 54-0 now the score, and so far both quarters at least 20 points in each for the Panthers. And it'll be Brian Randolph with the extra point. He's missed the last 2, but he does have range with his foot. Oberfell, the holder. Here's a snap to put down. The kick is on the way, and that one's good. So that's going to make it 55-0 with 4 seconds left in the half.
What more can you say but wow?
Yeah, Portville, they're on the opposite end of Murphy's Law. Everything that could go right has gone right for them in this first half.
I mean, you know, if I would have said to Coach, right, or if I would even have said to Holcomb before the game, hey, you're going to have 6 touchdowns in the first half, nobody would have believed me on that one. There's no way.
A couple of people maybe would have laughed too, but
yeah, you're probably right. I agree with that.
It shades of Alvin Kamara, 6 touchdowns.
I mean, he just has been unbelievable, especially going up the middle and finding room the way he has. And think about it. I mean, really, you had the 6 either way, right? Because if that penalty doesn't get called, he's getting 6, and he'd probably have, I can just imagine the amount of total yards that he'd have just himself at this point.
So 4 seconds left in the half, and I would make a prediction that Randolph may just squib this one. So here comes the boot. And this one will be a line driver and bobbled and still mishandled, but it does get recovered by Patrick Spencer, and he gets it to around the 29-yard line. And looks like that's going to be the half, and it's been all Portville in the first half. They're ahead 55-0. Fans, we have hit halftime, but stick around for more action right here on WNY Athletics. All right, beg your pardon. Looks like they're going to rule there's 1 second left, or 2. This will most likely just be a kneel down and regroup for the second half. So this will just be a handoff. Looks like it's to Haglund, and now we've hit halftime. Portville up 55-0, and we'll be right back for the second half and more right here on WNY Athletics.
New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses, and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated, multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere, covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to.
And once again, fans, we have hit halftime here in Frewsburg, New York. Portville up 55-0. But Tom, I know you wanted to talk about the pediatric children's cancer and about that gold banner that's around during this game here today.
Yeah, so a lot of people in Portville understand what that gold banner means, right? That gold banner is to represent pediatric cancer awareness. And no doubt, especially in Portville, as we've got a young friend of mine, Colt Matz, right now, who's experienced exactly what he's going through in cancer right there. And we really want to make sure that we're recognizing pediatric cancer awareness out there, and that we let him know, first of all, Colt, that we're all behind you. Portville, we're all behind you. But not only that, I know Colt's had a lot of friends along the way that he has experienced, that he's met, that he's friends with, that are going through that same exact fight, and we're here to help him fight all through there and recognize it, because the first thing that's got to come is a cure that's out there. So, Colt, buddy, you know it. My buddy, and I tell you, my hero really is this kid's unbelievable. Portville, we're behind you. Colt, we're behind you. Matt's family, we're behind you. And when I say that, we as Western New York as a whole, no doubt about it. So let's talk about the game. I mean, it's been
all Portville.
It really has. So But really, let's give some credit, right? Holcomb's got to get some credit right here, right?
6 touchdowns in the first half.
I mean, that is a Conley Cup type performance that we're out here talking about that has to be recognized out there as somebody who has accomplished something that is unbelievable when it comes to the first half of football. Tip the cap right there,
of course,
because he's done exactly that. And then I still want to say is, boy, that interception we saw by Kyle in the first half, that was beautiful in the first half. He really did make an incredible play out there and then got to run one in himself. My gut is probably in the second half we're probably going to see a little bit more Petruziak as well as Kime run the ball probably.
I think there also may be a running clock too.
We'll see. I don't know if there is.
I'm not sure.
I mean, that's not up to us. That's up to coaches at this point. So we'll see what they decide to do. But right now, this really is a game that Portville said we wanted to come in and make a statement, and they've done just that.
Yeah, and it's only halftime. And also, I know you mentioned this earlier, that O-line's been the backbone of that offense as well for Portville. And
bear with me. I'm going to put my glasses on here for a second.
You're all right.
Let's give them a little more credit again. I did say them in the first half, but Hayden Emily, Lucius Young, Kyron Johnson, Nick Manrow, and Dayton Shaw was your offensive lineman right there that really have come up big for the Portville team and have really opened up those holes and done a great job. Because I'll tell you, Holcomb needs to come up with pat them on the back a little bit because they're a big reason why he's got 6 touchdowns today.
Yeah, probably maybe get together and buy them some dinner sometime.
Well, tough to do in the high school level. They don't really have that extra, but
you never know.
but they at least deserve the pat on the back. I'll tell you that. So I mean, that's it from here. But again, please remember that gold border right there is Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month, and we want to make sure that all of Western New York understands that and let at least know my little buddy Colt, we're behind you.
Yeah, again, we're at halftime. Portville ahead 55-0 over Frewsburg, but we'll be right back for some more action right here on WNY Athletics.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. Ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about
a bond?
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
I love being home.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
I love being home.
And we're about to momentarily begin the second half here between the Portville Panthers and the Frewsburg Bears. Portville up 55-0, and it's going to be Frewsburg to get the ball to start the second half. So it's a chance to get a couple scores in this half and build some confidence for themselves going into next week's game.
Honestly, if I'm coach, I went into halftime saying, guys, the score's 0-0 right now. I don't care what the scoreboard says, but it's 0-0. That's where we're going to go in with that mentality, start things over, start this game over, and then we're going to build one positive building block at a time. So, and that's exactly what we're going to do as a staff right now, is just build positivity. What are we going to build on from play to play, right? From down to down, and we're going to do what we can to make sure that what we're trying to do is build on this game, so what we can build on something that we did in the second half that can vault us to a game here, rest of the season, next game, whatever it may be, but that it's all about we build something positive towards what the future games look like.
Yeah, and it's only week 2. There's plenty of games left in the season for both these teams.
And like what we talked about, this D division is for real. I mean, it really is. When you talk about, like you guys got the chance to see Randolph last week, right?
Yes.
Salamanca, right? I mean, you saw two great teams right there. You know what I mean? But think about that. Franklinville, Ellicottville is down here. CSP is down here, right? Wilson is now part of the D League. I mean, this D is stacked with teams right now, and there's no doubt that you want to make sure that you build off for the future run against some of those teams.
And this could be one of those ones where it's going to be who has the better divisional records, or there's also the point differential as well. I think that's how tight this may come to.
You got to remember, there's 4 spots, right? There's only 4 spots that go to the playoffs right there.
So it looks like both teams are getting prepared for the second half. Again, it will be Frewsburg with the ball to start it.
No, I shouldn't say that, actually. It may be all 8, because now that they have 8. Before, they didn't have 8 teams. So now that there's 8, it could be all 8 teams actually go to the playoffs. But again, do I want to be a road team that's going to go on in some of these places?
You'd rather be the home team.
Especially if I got to go up to Wilson, right? Think about some of that travel that's going to be going on right there. So, there's obviously some big travel that goes along in this division, and you want to make sure that what you can do is play some of those games at home.
Yeah, I remember I played for the Merge Brockton Westfield team. We had a playoff game against Wilson. That was roughly a 2-hour drive.
Yeah. And not only that is, think about when you start playing those games. Those games start happening in late October.
Yeah, and they can carry into November. There was even part of the season that went to early December.
Absolutely. And then what are we talking about? We're talking about snow. We're talking about weather. You know what I mean? We're talking about other things that come into play.
Bad weather's the best to play football in.
But is it that great to play in after a 2-hour bus ride?
Well, that'd be a different story, but still.
That's the point I'm trying to make when you add all those things into a run.
Well, all these teams will be traveling to neutral sites as well, like Highmark Stadium, for example, the Carrier Dome.
You get into the Carrier Dome, you get into the state championship game, right? Now,
it's absolutely beautiful.
Now, I will say, though, our D division has been known to be one of the top D divisions in New York State and can easily put a team there, but it is a run. If you played at the Carrier Dome, it means you are going on for a state championship.
So Brian Randolph kicking it off to start the second half, and this is another nice kick. And DeJesus will field it at around the 17, looking for some room to the 30. Breaks a tackle, he gets to the 35, swinging it to the right. He gets to the 40 and heads out of bounds, and DeJesus with another good return. So good field position to start off the second half for Frewsburg.
It's the one that we've really seen as a positive for Frewsburg today, right? It's been the special teams, the way they punted the ball, right? The way that you've seen them kick the ball, and then you've seen a couple of the returns that have absolutely been the positive spark that Frewsburg has had today right now. And what they're going to try to do is, can they build off that spark right now and lead into something positive right here?
And with that, it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 41 for Frewsburg. Main goal to start the second half, just get some points on the board. You don't want to walk away with a goose egg. Haglin's at quarterback. It's going to be a give on the sweep to Sanfilippo. He's going backwards, though. Breaks away from one tackle, but he gets ganged up at around the 39-yard line. The main guy on the stop for Portville was Lucius Young, and credit Holcomb with a defensive assist. So a loss of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 12.
We're going to recognize some of the top first week ones, some of the performances that we've seen.
And now it's DeJesus at quarterback. He's in the shotgun. Sending a man in motion at Spencer, and we've got another flag. And it's going to be a false start on Frewsburg. And I'm wondering if it's just a miscommunication with the snap count, or if a few of the players are thrown off whenever a man's set in motion.
So we had 3 runners this week actually run over 200 yards. Jordan Theodore of Sweet Home goes for 256 yards. Alexander Gallo of Tonawanda goes for 239. And Trevor Berry of Iroquois for 233. And just outside 200 yards was the one I talked about in our preseason, was Noah Skinner of Medina, went for 195. And then to round out your top 10, Tyrone Hughes of McKinley at 189 yards. Cameron Warburton at 184. Gian Nuzzo of Franklin-Ellicottville for 184.
Oh, there was a bad snap on the transfer, and DeJesus will fall on it. And it looked like it was going to be a direct snap to Spencer, but it was also going into the hands of DeJesus at the same time. So a busted play there, and that's going to lose yardage.
And the last 3 to round out that top 10 are Cole Barber of Frontier with 154 yards, Tate Kentnese at 142, and Ethan Fry of Fredonia with 138. Those will be your top 10 rushers. We'll get into the quarterbacks next. Leading the quarterbacks, though, will be South Park's Noah Willoughby, 325 yards by the air.
I remember calling a game where Willoughby played against Jamestown as just a sophomore. He does look like he's got a great future ahead of him. But here's the screen pass. It'll be complete over to Dustin and trying to find a bit of space, but he's going to be stopped at around the 31-yard line.
And he was actually met by Kime. Kime was the first one in on that tackle. Now to round out your quarterbacks, Antonio Davis with Bennett, 291 yards. That was in our game down in Erie. Niagara Wheatfield's Alexander Fletcher with 259. Caden Overcamp of Will South for 258. Braden Liggins of McKinley for 242. Chris Burgum of Akron for 241. Trey Drake with Jamestown, 188. Ben Gasella with Orchard Park at 188.
Here comes the punt, and this one looked like it hit off the side of his foot. It's going to take a decent bounce past midfield. And let's see where the referee spots it. Looks like it's going to be at around the 49.5. And it looked like it just hit off the tip of Dustin's cleat. And good field position coming up for the Panthers.
And the last 2 to round out your quarterbacks, Tate Catanese with CSP with 187 yards, and Trenton Shaw of JFK with 178 yards. There's your passers right there. Next, we'll get into the top 10 receivers.
So 1st and 10 for Portville. They're at their own 49-yard line. And they got some backups in now. Under center for Portville is going to be Drew Langdon. And the back is Cole Kiesler. And it will be a give to Kiesler. And he gets met at midfield, got tackled by Caldwell.
So your top 10 receivers, let's start out with Donnie Crayer, 180 yards receiving. Kevin Borden of McKinley, 170 yards. Nanny Rivera of South Park, 165 yards. Bryce Hindale with CSP with 143 yards. And Daniel Peoples of Williamsville South with 141 yards.
I actually called the game where Hinsdale had the 143 receiving yards, and a majority of the yardage he got was yards after the catch because most of the receptions he had were off of those bubble screens. As this is going to be a keeper here by Langdon, but he's going to get stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So
Looked like that was Vinipal right there.
Yeah, it looked like Vinipal and...
So to round out, Jameer Thomas with Bennett at 140 yards. Jaden Lewis of Bennett with 123 yards. Stephen Butler of Sweet Home at 118. Nate McGoldrick with Iroquois at 112. And Michael Mingle of JFK with 108.
Wow, like with a lot of schools around this area known for running the ball, that amount of receiving yards by those receivers, that's impressive. But here comes a bubble screen that is complete to DeFazio. He reverses his field, finds some space, he crosses midfield, and he gets into Frewsburg territory. He gets tackled out of bounds at around the 45-yard line. Broke away like a pinball, but got tackled out of bounds by Chad Ramsey for Frewsburg. And there's also a flag on the play as well.
We at Western New York Athletics also would like to pass our condolences on to the Will South community as Will South girls soccer coach Kevin McNamara passed away the other night with a long battle with cancer. He was definitely a friend, a mentor, and a legend in the Western New York soccer community. May he rest in peace, and know that our thoughts and prayers are with the entire Will South community.
And there was a penalty on the play. It was an offensive pass interference. So it's going to make it a 3rd down and 20. Again, Langdon's now the quarterback, and he's going to give it off on a trap play to Kiesler, and very minimal yardage, and job well done by Frewsburg. They're going to force a punt. So it's going to be 4th down for Portville. Oh, my apologies. I did not realize that there was somebody down for Frewsburg, but he was able to get onto the sideline. It will be Petruziak punting the ball, and the deep man for Frewsburg is Spencer. Oh, beautiful snap. Here comes the kick, and this is a nice punt, but it's going to go right to Spencer at the 30. Finds room in the center of the field at the 40, and he gets brought down. He came very close to possibly breaking it, but still, it's going to be excellent field position for the Bears. That was about a 12, 13-yard return. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Frewsburg. So far offensively, Frewsburg, they're looking to achieve their first down of the game as well as get some points on the board too. Sanfilippo, the single back to Jesus in the shotgun. Sending Dustin in motion. It's going to be a give to him on the jet sweep. Bobbles it, but recovers. Finds some space to the 40. Picks up some blocks past midfield, and they get in the Portville territory.
Just shy of a 1st down, too.
So Dustin showing he can do multiple things. Punt, take handoffs, and run. They're giving him the 1st down. And I do believe that is their first down of the game. And that, like you said, Tom, that's one of the building blocks. Less than 7 minutes left in the 3rd. Bears break the huddle. Dustin on the opposite side. Hagelin in the shotgun, sending Dustin in motion. And it's going to be a fake sweep, and he's going to keep it himself. He's got some space. He's to the 40, and he's almost got enough for another 1st down. Frewsburg's offense, they're beginning to show signs of life a little bit. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 2 yards to go. DeJesus in the call to play, and we have seen Frewsburg alternate the quarterbacks a little bit. This time it's going to be Hagelin split to the right side. And it's going to be an empty backfield with 4 wides, 2 on each side. Or I beg your pardon, 3 wides and a wing back. Sanfilippo set in motion. Oh, and almost hit him. DeJesus going to lob one downfield, wide open, making the catch. And going inside the 5, that is Harrison Eckert, the tight end. And Frewsburg, they're knocking on the door to get some points on the board. What a throw by DeJesus, and what a great catch there by the tight end Eckert.
Great job, though, right? Great to see. This is what we talked about, right? Come out in the second half. They made their defensive stop that they wanted to do. After that defensive stop, now they're building off something positive. This is exactly what he talked about in that locker room and how he was going to build into the second half. Great opportunity, great job, and great job by Coach to keep things positive.
DeJesus with 3 wides. He'll take the snap, roll to the right, throws for the end zone, incomplete, and there's going to be pass interference. There was clear contact by Oberfell, and that's just going to put the ball a little closer to the end zone.
Pass interference against Portville. Pass the distance to the goal. Still first and goal.
It will remain first and goal for Frewsburg. Ball's at the 4-yard line. Frewsburg looking to get some points on the board. DeJesus looking. He's in trouble. Throws for the end zone. Deflected. Incomplete. That was intended for Peyton Dustin.
DeJesus' pass intended for number 7, Peyton Dustin. Falls incomplete. Second down.
So second down and goal to go for Frewsburg. This time DeJesus will be under center. Power I formation. And he's going to keep it himself. And it's going to be third down and goal to go for the Bears.
DeJesus up the middle, short gain on the play. Gonna bring up third and goal from the 1-yard line.
So third down and goal at the 1. That was a 3-yard gain on the sneak by DeJesus.
And obviously in 4th down territory right
Yes,
here. You know
yes,
what I mean?
yes.
Like, there's no way you're not going for this. So this is going to be 2 shots at this right here.
I agree. I say give it to that. Give it to Eckert. He looks like he's lined up as a fullback. Let's see if he can pound the rock. Or Sanfilippo. It's going to be a give. It's a handoff. And into the end zone for a touchdown. That's Chase Haglund and Frewsburg. They get the job done. That's the best offensive series they've had by far. They get points on the board, 55-6. And I think they can keep their heads up a little higher, knowing there's not going to be no shutout tonight.
Absolutely. But no matter what, it's keep the heads up high, because guess what? The season's still long, right? You've built off on something positive. You went to the air. You've done a lot more things. This is all things that you can build off as a program and as a team to move forward into the season.
And they're going to go for 2 here. It's going to be a toss. It's over to Haglund. Haglund trying to find the corner. And from my view, it looked like he got in, and he did. 2-point conversion's good, making the score 55-8. And Frewsburg's offense that drive definitely showed some signs of life. Now let's see if the defense can feed off that energy and force a second straight punt. But with that, we're going to take a quick break. Score now 55-8. We'll be right back for more action on WNY Athletics.
Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
And Frewsburg about to kick it back off to Portville. Again, they did complete a 59-yard drive. They got points on the board. They also converted a 2-point conversion. Haglund responsible for all the points, as it's going to be Bush kicking off for Frewsburg. And this is a nice kick right down the center of the field, and it does get caught by Dio and looking for some room, but he's going to get brought down. He was trying to hold on for dear life to get some extra yardage. Patrick Spencer, one of the guys on the stop. And there is somebody, looks like somebody's slow to get up for Frewsburg.
And in fact, we want to throw right now our thoughts and prayers out to number 66, Josh Birch, who is getting taken off the field right now by the Gator over to the ambulance. Again, we never want to speculate on an injury or talk about him. I think it's a concussion, but man, we're worried about you. We're thinking about you. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. Get better quick right now. I mean, everything right now. We're worried about you, as I'm sure the family is. Please know that our thoughts and prayers right now are with you.
So Portville about to start up another drive. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line. Less than 4 minutes left in the third. Score now 55-8 in favor of Portville. And again, they're going. Langdon is now the quarterback. He is the backup. And the running back is Dio, who just ran back the kickoff for the Panthers. Give to him on the draw. And looks like he'll get about a yard on the run. Got brought down by 3 different Bears.
Frewsburg on the stop. No gain on the play. Harrison Eckert on the stop for the Bears. Bring up 2nd and 10.
So it's been ruled as no gain, so it's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Tomorrow's games on Western New York Athletics will be Franklinville, Ellicottville at Wilson, CSP at Randolph, and then on tape delay will be Jamestown at Orchard Park. I absolutely will be at that game. I'm not going to be on the broadcast, though. That in a very few times I get a chance to play, I will play dad in that one.
So there was another run play by Dio, and I know I will be on call for the CSP Wilson game. It's going to be myself along with one of my...
CSP Randolph game.
Yeah, the CSP game against Randolph. I'm going to be on call with that with a colleague of mine from the Jamestown Tarpskunks baseball teams, Colin Wood, and then the crew of Jeremy and myself will also be at Saturday's game at Cleveland Hill, where they'll be taking on Maryville.
Nope, they'll be taking on Salamanca. Will be taking
my
on
apologies.
Cleve Hill.
They beat Maryville last week.
Yeah. No, actually, Maryville beat Cleve Hill.
Oh, yes. I had it flip-flopped. There's an offsides, though, on Frewsburg. I'm not on the page right now, so.
So let's just, again, Friday's games, Franklinville, Ellicottville at Wilson. We've got Jack Cruiser on that game, as he will be our normal Thursday night lights guy. We're kind of covering for him as he gets a chance to celebrate with the Pills there. And we're going to be covering this one for him, but he'll get back to it tomorrow night.
So it's going to be a give on a fullback dive to Dio, and he's not going to get much. Gets it to about the 37, 38-yard line.
And then we talked about it, you guys on the call. Again, CSP at Randolph.
Yes.
Jamestown at Orchard Park. Will be Jake Fyack back on the call right there for that one, as that will be on tape delay, and we will start that one up at 10 o'clock. And then Saturday, we'll be having 2 games on the deck. West Seneca West at Kenmore West. And then the game that you've talked about a little bit here, Salamanca at Cleveland Hill.
Yeah, the Salamanca Cleveland Hill will be on call with Tim C. So it's going to be a sneak here by Langdon. And he's got a boatload of yardage off this sneak. Gets it to about the 44-yard line.
And that Tim C, that's Tim Chifa you actually will be on the call with, is who that is. Tim is also known for the Character Athlete Awards down here that we see. In fact, will be given out at the end of this game. He is a big part of that organization as well.
Oh, okay. I interacted with him then earlier.
Yep. Tim's a great guy for Western New York Athletics. In fact, he's going to be doing a show that should be starting shortly where he's going to be really talking about quarterbacks here in Western New York and really breaking down quarterback play here in Western New York, as we've got some great ones. We already talked about them a little bit earlier. Noah Willoughby leading that pack at South Park.
And it's going to be a handoff over to a Kiesler. Gets it to about the 45-yard line. Already less than 30 seconds left in the third.
And how about this matchup, right? Come on, Trey Drake of Jamestown.
Oh, yes.
Who's off to North Dakota State. And in last year, one of the top quarterbacks in the area who comes back, Ben Gasella of Orchard Park.
Wow.
What a matchup that is going to be, as those two are going to go head-to-head in that one. You know, and again, minus a couple players, as we know, right, on Jamestown's side. But listen, what is Jamestown? What were they known last year for?
Jalen Butera.
Well, more than even Jalen Butera. The reason Jalen Butera ran the ball so well.
His line.
It was his line. There was, the entire line, I think 4 of the linemen are sitting at Brockport right now.
Yeah, a McGaughey, right? A Delgado, Caleb Bain.
And when you say those, right, if you remember, and when we did the game at the Buff State, which was the summer game, the Lions-Kensington game, right, every coach was going on and on about how great these linemen were for Jamestown. They couldn't believe how strong they were, what they can do. These Jamestown guys were legit, right?
Yeah.
So now you're going to have, again, a great matchup. What line is going to give their team or their quarterback enough time to be able to do what they need to do? We're going to find that one out tomorrow night, as that's going to be a big matchup.
Yeah, and one of the guys because I'm usually the one that does the home games for the Red Raiders. One thing that you did tell me, though, a week ago that's a bit of a bummer, there's not going to be Radon Wright for a little while because he did get hurt. When he got the opportunity to play subbing in for Butera, he looked really sharp.
Absolutely. Listen, Jamestown retools every year.
Oh,
if you don't think they're going to find someone, right? They're going into those hallways and finding somebody to do that replacement. And they are absolutely going to be ready. But listen, right now, they're led by that quarterback, and we've been watching him since he was young, and just an incredible athlete. But more than an incredible athlete, the kid's a great kid to boot. Really is. Great kid.
Yeah, and he's going to a great football program. It's the same alma mater as Trey Lance and Carson Wentz, who were both top 5 picks in their drafts at quarterback, respectively, as there was a really good run by Portville by a Max DeYo, and it's more than enough for a first down.
So, but like I said, I don't get to play that often. As I was down in Erie, everybody knows, and I didn't even get to go watch my son's first game. For those of you who don't know, my son does play for Orchard Park.
Had the blocked extra point.
Yeah, who came up big. Boy, that was something great to see on film, too, when you actually got a chance to see the block extra point. He also gets the Trench Trophy nomination this week as one of the linemen. I get to play dad here a little bit for a second. Okay, well, don't worry, we're getting off of it right now. But but real quick, it'll just show why this will be a real fun game. We've got some great people that will be playing in this game.
Langdon's going to keep it. Looked like he was going to try a play-action pass, but he's able to avoid some defenders. Now he centers it over to the right side of the field, and he gets tackled at around the 41-yard line, and that'll end 3 quarters of play here in Frewsburg with Portville up 55-8. We'll be right back for the 4th quarter right here on WNY Athletics.
With exclusive buyer insights and our 100% money-back guarantee, we're confident we'll find buyers for your home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective pediatric care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
And we're about to momentarily start the fourth and final frame here between the Frewsburg Bears and the Portville Panthers on WNY Athletics. Portville driving again. They're up 55-8, and for them, it's been all backups here in the second half. However, Frewsburg offensively, they were able to piece together a nice 59-yard drive and a 2-yard touchdown by Haglund, and also he converted the 2-point conversion to get Frewsburg points on the board. And I'm sure the D is hungry for another stop and another score before the end of the game. And I did hear something before the start of the fourth quarter as a Frewsburg player is actually battling leukemia.
Well, he's a Frewsburg student athlete is what he is. He's actually a cross-country runner, would be in this season. But he does cross-country, he does basketball, and he does baseball. Nolan LeBaron right now is the name.
Okay.
Who, again, this pediatric cancer thing that we keep talking about right here, again, is alive and well that we're out here talking about. He's got a big procedure tomorrow. And this entire Frewsburg community right now was just announced to them. Our thoughts and prayers are with him. Nolan, go kick some butt right now tomorrow. Go make sure you do well in that procedure. We're all behind you. Another name right here. So here we go. We talk about it. It's in every single community that's out there, folks. It doesn't matter whether it's Portville. It doesn't matter whether it's Frewsburg. It doesn't matter whether it's Orchard Park or anybody else. In fact, Orchard Park is going to be talking about one of their former players. Again, it's not considered pediatric because he was in his early 20s, but Danny Kubik, who was a former player at UB as well as Orchard Park, just passed away to cancer himself.
Wow.
And he is also was in his early 20s at 23, I think is what he was when he passed away. I'm telling you, it's a battle that we hear all along. And right now, just so you know, Nolan, you are in our hearts and prayers, and go absolutely do what you need to do. We're all behind you.
It's sad. Stuff like that does not discriminate.
It does. That's why we're saying is, for those of you that are out there, it doesn't matter what community that we're in. That gold bar represents pediatric cancer awareness, and it's in every one of our communities. Everybody knows a story. It doesn't matter whether it's a 10th grader. It doesn't matter whether it's a 5th grader. It doesn't matter whether it's a 2nd grader. We all know a story. And we all cry the same when we know how it affects children the way it does.
And with that, it was a handoff to Dio. The ball's loose. There was a fumble on the handoff to Dio, and Frewsburg saying they got it, and they do. So they do force a turnover. They'll get the ball back. So Frewsburg coming alive a little bit in the second half.
And that's what Coach was doing. Just build off positivity, right? Have something to build off. Have something when you're in the film. We're going to talk about things we're going to fix in the first half, but then we fixed them, and this is what happens when you fix those things in the second half. Probably the biggest thing that got fixed from the first half to the second half was the penalty flags, right? And think about it. That's really where the whole negativity started. That's where we went back. When you get 5 penalties in a row, going backwards is never going to be a positive thing for anything.
Oh, no.
So obviously that's something that Coach talked about, worked on. And again, you don't have those penalties. Look what happened. It's nothing but positivity, and that's exactly what we're seeing right there.
And I'm sure Frewsburg would want to get another touchdown before the end of this game. Crack double figures on the board.
But again, I actually had Colt's mom come to me about the pediatric cancer awareness, and she wants to bring this to all of Section 6. She really does. And I am 100% behind her. I want to help her in any way that she does this. But it's not only, like I said, for Section 6, folks. But listen, we can start something to bringing it to life, to let everybody know about these stories and how we're behind them. What can we do? What can we fundraise? What can we bring together? All those things come into play right now where we really could be bringing something and making something happen right here in Western New York, especially because we've got some great hospitals from Roswell, right? Roswell is really where it begins for us.
In the first play, next drive by Frewsburg, it was a completed swing pass on the flats and the wheel route to Patrick Spencer. So the pass was complete, but it was for no gain, so it's going to be 2nd down and 10.
And I'm sure those of you who are watching us probably got both games going on. As you know, Buffalo is cheering right now as they've got a 10-0 lead, correct?
Over the Super Bowl champions. They're defending their title, the Rams.
You know, so no doubt right now that if you are a Buffalo fan, you're cheering. And if you're in Portville, you got 2 reasons to cheer.
Going long downfield, incomplete. I thought there was going to be an interference flag because Dorman did push off of Dustin.
Was it a push or was it? I thought it was the feet got mixed up is what it was.
I was just looking at what I saw. It looked like it was a push, but no call, so it's going to be 3rd down and 10 for Frewsburg. But again, though, the Jesus, he's got a rocket for an arm.
Yeah, he's had some big passes today. I mean, again, these are all things to build on. You know what I mean? Imagine the timing play. When those two really get a timing thing down, boy, these are going to be some huge plays right here that Frewsburg's going to be able to build off.
Yeah, and Dustin's a deep receiver on the right. Here's the throw to him. It is incomplete. He had it in his hands, but he did have a knee up in the air, and that may have tended to deflect it off. So it looks like it's going to be 3 and out for the Bears.
And again, also, we want to make sure that our thoughts and prayers right now are with number 66, Josh Birch of Frewsburg, who got taken off the field. And we just want to make sure he's better right now. And just so you know, we're thinking of you. Want to make sure that you're doing better too. So
it's going to be Peyton Dustin booting the ball, and Langdon's going to be the deep man. So far tonight, Dustin's got a lot of good punts off. Here's another one. And this one's got a big hang time on it, and it'll take a bounce. It didn't gain or lose any yardage, but it does get down by DeJesus at around the 38-yard line.
So there's 8:42 left in this one. What do we got as a time? So 9:15. I don't know. But Coach told me I had to go to a restaurant here in Frewsburg when we were done. The question is whether it was going to be open or not.
The Frewsburger, they're awesome.
I was told I better go over there, and I said, listen, are they going to be open is the question. And he tells me yes. So if they're open, listen, we're coming.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Portville. And again, throughout the second half, it's been mainly the backups, and it's a good thing, too, get them some experience. And when you're on the defensive side, you know these backups are going to play hard. Langdon in the shotgun. It's going to be a give on the draw, and it's to Dio, and he's got a good amount of yardage. Got to about the 44-yard line. And unfortunately, Tom, it is closed.
Coach told me it was going to be open. We got to have a talk.
Looks like the lie detector determined that was a lie.
We're teasing, Coach. That's all it is. Obviously,
it's good fun.
Obviously, the Yankees are tied. Oh, and it sounds like we got a Yankee score too. Boy, the Yankees and the Twins are tied at 2. Looks like they've given up that early 2-0 lead the Yankees had earlier. We said the Bills with their league. We got a lot of things going on right now. I'll tell you, I wish I was in my basement. I got my 5 TVs. I'd have the Frewsburg, the Frewsburg Portville game on one. I'd have the Bills game. I'd have the Yankees on. I'd be doing real well today.
Langdon with the quarterback keep after a fake handoff and gets to about the 47-48. And Tom, forgive me, I've been a Dodgers fan since I was a kid.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey, well, they have had a more recent World Series win, though.
I'll give you that one.
So it's going to be third down for Portville. It's going to be third down in the yard. So again, 3rd and 1 for Portville. A little more than 7 minutes left in the ball game. And Langdon's going to be under center. This could be a sneak. We've seen him do it already. Oh, it's going to be a give to DeYo again. And he's definitely got it. It was third down the yard and looked like he got about 3. So another third down conversion for the Panthers.
And at this point, Portville just wants to see that clock run, right?
Yep.
Absolutely keep running, no injuries. That's what they're looking for to keep going. So every first down and every run just keeps those alive.
And it'll be a give on the draw. DeYo again, he's got a big gap, and he crosses the 40, gets tackled at around the 37-yard line. And Sanfilippo was the man to stop him. It's going to make it second down and about a yard.
Looks like we're just going to go under that 6-minute mark now.
Yep, we already are. So ball at the 36-yard line. It's going to be second down and a yard. And Portville just working on milking that clock. And it's going to be a give on a fullback dive. The give was to Kiesler. And it will be enough for a first down, and the clock will continue to roll.
And for those of you Portville fans, we want to again make sure we give a shout-out to the Portville girls soccer team as they defeated Ellicottville tonight 3-2. 8th grader Grace Garepi had 2 goals and assisted Megan Lyle's marker. Mackenzie Harmon and Tegan Kosinski combined for 8 saves for Portville.
First and 10 is going to be another give to Kiesler. And minimal yardage on that play. And I beg your pardon, it was a give to a DeYo. As we're about to hit 4.5 minutes left in the ball game. Ball's right at the 30-yard line. So some substitutions coming in for both teams. From what I'm seeing, looks like it's going to be a plethora of backups on both sides. Again, you don't want your starters getting hurt, so.
You really don't want anybody getting hurt.
True. It was an errant snap. Langdon's just going to try and get something out of it. Breaks one tackle, gets to the 25, gets knocked out of bounds at around the 20. So second time Langdon's turned a near busted play into some good yardage. So it looks like it's going to be good enough for another first down.
And cross-training athletics will be doing a character athlete of the game at the end of this one, which we will stay and hear the announcement for. So what they will do at the end of this game, line up right at midfield, both teams, and they will name a character athlete award. I think they're getting ready to bring that up to the announcer so he can announce who that is.
It was a bad snap. Langdon, though, trying to make something out of it again. But, he almost got away from the on-charging of Frewsburg's Fontaine, but Fontaine was able to hold on and get a tackle for a loss of yardage. So that'll put the ball back at the 31-yard line.
And again, now the clock goes under the 3-minute mark right here.
Yes, it does. Just like a farmer in the barn, the clock's milking. Langdon's going to be under center again. In the eye, it's going to be a fullback dive to Dio. Dio pounding the rock, trying to find some more yardage and churning those legs, gets it to about the 25. 250 left in, or 220, excuse me, left in counting in this matchup. So the ball will be at the 25-yard line. It's going to be a 3rd down and 15 yards to go. To get a first down, they'll have to get to at least the 10. And Oberfell is the tailback as well. But it's going to be another give to Dio, and he'll get it to about the 23. So it's going to be 4th down.
Is there any way they try to kick the field goal here just to give him a shot?
From the spot, looks like it would be 41, 42 yards. We did see a 49, 48-yarder at McDowell.
Yeah, that was literally hit. It doesn't look like that because it doesn't look like they're bringing anybody on.
Maybe they don't want to pad the stats.
No, you don't, and you don't want to. But sometimes, some teams look at it. That's what it is, right? A practice opportunity that you don't get very often, where people are going to be running at you. So that's all I would have looked at it as. But obviously, Portville's just going to keep the clock moving. That's all they want to do is get that clock to keep winding down to the end right here.
And we're less than 1 minute left in the 4th. And it's a 4th and 13. Also, there was an official timeout, but now he's saying let the clock run. It's 4th and 13. And it's going to be another give to Dio. He crosses the 20 and gets it to the 18. So good job, though, by Frewsburg. They forced a turnover on downs. They don't allow any more points. And another thing that's a good building block, they've shut out Portville in the second half. That's a great confidence booster going into next week's matchup for themselves.
Absolutely. And that's what we said is, right? Something positive, something to build off, and how do you go into next week's game with some sort of positive thing to build off that to go after a win. Remember, you're still 1-1, right?
Very true.
You still got a big win last week, so you're 1-1.
And speaking of next week's games, Frewsburg, they're going to stay at home. They're going to be on the road. They're going to be taking on JFK. And Portville, they're going to be home next week at 7 p.m. Friday night. They'll be hosting the Wilson Lakemen.
Boy, Wilson, their second time going on that trip. I mean, they are definitely going to be travel tested. Let's put it that way.
Oh, very true. I agree.
And they got Franklinville-Ellicottville this week. Think about that. Franklinville-Ellicottville is going up to play them this week. So they go Franklinville-Ellicottville, then Portville.
Yeah, Franklinville-Ellicottville, that's roughly 90 minutes from when I was playing basketball for Brockton. It was about 90 minutes from there.
Well, but they're up in Wilson, so they get to stay home for that. But I'm just saying it from a standpoint of you got to go back-to-back against Franklinville-Ellicottville and Portville in back-to-back games. That's a tough 2-week stretch right there. Actually, 3-week, because the first one was CSP.
Yes, it was.
So think about it. They went CSP, Franklinville, Ellicottville, Portville. Wow.
Let's see what Frewsburg does here. It is Peyton Dustin taking the snap, and he'll look to throw. And this one is almost intercepted. The pass was intended for Chad Ramsey. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10.
He had a gun, though, right? Nice arm he's got as far as arm strength goes.
Cannon for an arm, rocket for a leg. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. 41 seconds left in this matchup. Dustin taking the snap again. He's going to throw one in the flats. That is complete. It got over to Patrick Spencer. He gets it to about the 29-yard line. And again, with the first downs inside 2 minutes, it stops the clock momentarily. So they do get the first down, and the clock will continue to move. Ball's at their 28-yard line. Dustin takes a snap, looking, throws a bubble screen, and it's incomplete. That was, again, intended for Spencer. So 2nd down and 10 coming up for Frewsburg. 17 seconds left. So again, it'll be Peyton Dustin in the shotgun. 2 backs, 2 wides, and he's looking to throw. Running outside the pocket, looking for some space. He's able to get away from one defender. He's going to throw it as hard as he can. That's caught! Pass complete past midfield, and that was over to Draven DeJesus. What a throw, but what a catch as well.
He hit him in stride. That was a great throw on the run right there. Shows that arm strength. Wow, that was a great throw. Great throw, great catch as you saw him in stride catching that one.
Yeah, and how about Dustin showing the shades of DeJesus, extending the play, escaping from the pocket, finding some room, and getting a throw off, but this one being a completed pass to DeJesus.
Something to build off right
there.
Oh,
very true. That was nice. Probably their best play of the game. But they do, even in spite of the loss, they do end the second half on a very good note. Final score, Portville 55, Frewsburg 8. Again, for next week's games for both teams respectively. So Portville, they're going to be at home against Wilson next week. And also for Frewsburg, they're going to be on the road. They'll be taking on JFK in the first of 2 straight road games.
So we are going to stay here because they do that, like we talked about, the Character Athlete of the Game Award. We'll see exactly who they're going to go ahead and reward this out to, as it'll be one person from each team right here. And you'll see they're just going through the line right now, shaking hands. And, a couple things we absolutely want to throw out before we're gonna toss this one. First of all, Josh Birch, number 66. Our thoughts and prayers again are with you. Heal quickly, get better.
Yeah.
As he got taken off to the hospital right there.
Scary injury.
Yeah. So our thoughts and prayers are so with you right now, Josh. And then again, Nolan LeBaron, who is a athlete here in Western New York and an athlete here at Frewsburg right now, is going through a fight. We're here to talk about pediatric cancer. He's one of them. Nolan, you are in our thoughts and prayers. You have the entire community, not only in Frewsburg, but in all of Western New York behind you. Go out there, fight this one, and I know, and we believe in you. We're going to make sure that you know it. Go out there and do what you've got to do. It's a big one for you, we know, and we're all behind you, buddy.
Yeah, and once again, the final score in this matchup, Portville 55, Frewsburg 8. Again, we are staying live for the Character Athlete of the Game Award for one player for both teams, respectively. But alongside that, on behalf of from the 300 Level Media Company and WNY Athletics, along with Tom Prince, I'm Norm Rodriguez saying you've been watching this matchup between Portville and Frewsburg right here on WNY Athletics.
Today's winner from Frewsburg, number 33, Harrison Eckert.
So we got both winners for the character athlete of the game. For Portville, it is number 68, Nick Manrow, and for Frewsburg, number 33, the tight end, Harrison Eckert. And once again, final score, 55-8 in favor of Portville. Along with Tom Prince, I'm Norm Rodriguez saying thank you for watching this matchup right here on WNY Athletics.